How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great, thank you.
So, will you please tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are at the moment? What are you doing?
Okay, so I'm Carla. I'm 23 years old. I'm currently in Utrecht in the Netherlands.
Oh,
Au
wow,
pairing here.
that's amazing. And you've been an au pair before. You've been to the US.
Yes, I was an au pair in Chicago.
Oh, wow, that's why the accent is so strong. um, so, um, for how long were you an au pair in the US for?
The years I was only an au pair for 1 year.
Okay.
Um, it was really good because when I came back, Corona started.
Were you one of the girls that flew out with COVID that started when you went to the Netherlands?
No, I like flew out just before COVID in the US started, and then during COVID in the Netherlands, I flew in.
Okay, and how's it been affecting you while being that side?
So it was a bit bad in the beginning because you can't go to any museums and restaurants and stuff, but you could still go and see different places. So you can still go to The Hague or Rotterdam, but now all the museums has started opening again. So we're all booking it next to each other. We want to do this and this, this, this.
For how long are you still there?
I think I only have 3 months left, which
Wow,
is
so
sad.
you have to get back jam-packed schedule in at this point. Well, I want to ask you, before you went to America, how did you get to decide? How did you come to decision to go au pair?
Well, so I studied first, and while I was studying, I felt like what I was studying was not for me, and
Okay,
like that I maybe need a break to figure out what I wanted to do.
okay,
And I've always liked working with kids, and then traveling is just a bonus while you do it. So
yeah.
I thought this was a great opportunity.
So what did you study before you decided this is not what you want to do?
Social work.
Social work. Okay, but social work. So you have like this thing giving back. You like to give back because working with children is always give something of yourself to children. So how did you decide on Carla's au pairs?
So I looked through a bunch of agencies, and Carla's was the one who got back to me the quickest, and they gave me more information than I asked for, which is pretty cool. And then one of my friends also went through Carla's, so it was like recommendation.
Okay, that's cool. So I also want to ask you, when you were in the US, how did you decide, like, I'm not done, maybe Europe, let's do another country? How was that thought process? How did you decide on that?
So of course I went to the US to figure out what I wanted to do, but that didn't happen. I didn't figure out what I wanted to do.
Still not done.
But it was so cool. So I met a lot of different au pairs in the US from Europe. So like
Okay.
I met friends in Germany and Denmark, and actually one in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
So they all like convinced me like maybe you should go and au pair in Europe, and then we could all see each other again.
So it's actually just to continue the party, just in another country.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I have to ask you, have you one day been like, this is not for me? I shouldn't have done this. Has there ever been a day where you thought, maybe I should have finished my studies? Or are you like, this is the best decision I've made of my life?
Of course, there is some days where you get a bit homesick, and then you think like, "Oh, this was not a good idea." But then you have very great friends that just tell me like, "Let's go get ice cream and talk about it." And then afterwards, it's like, "Yeah, this is the best thing to do. To
That's
choose
nice.
to be an au pair in a different country. It's amazing."
Since you just brought it up, how do you deal with homesickness? Because I know it's something, it's real. I remember when I lived in Italy, there was nobody spoke English, there were no friends, there was nothing. But I had my little things that I did which took away the homesickness. What do you do to get through homesickness?
So I usually go for a run, working out. That
Okay.
really helps. Or getting ice cream and coffee with some friends. But they also have really nice like forests and woods over here. So just going for a walk also helps.
So I want to ask you, did you have this one thing that you were so scared of that almost made you not go, or you were like, oh my gosh, when I get there, how am I going to deal with this? What was that one thing, if you had one, and how did you deal with it?
I think because everyone says like, oh, the Dutch are so straightforward. so you need to get a thick skin.
Oh,
I do not feel like that at all. I was so scared that they're going to be mean, but they're not. They're the sweetest people ever.
okay, so there's this conception that they are rude and then they weren't. So that's actually
No, they weren't rude at all.
see, that's maybe something you break. Maybe there's girls out there that are like, I'm not going because these people are so rude. And now you're like, they're not rude. So I think sometimes it's just how you interpret a conversation with someone and then maybe not as thick skin. So, Carla, I want to ask you, if there's a girl out there that's like she wants to go au pair, but she's not sure if this is something she wants to do or she's hesitant or something, what would you tell that girl that wants to make this decision but she's not ready or she's not sure?
Oh my goodness, just go for it. Do it. It is the most amazing experience you can do. It may be scary, but it will give you so much life experience, travel experience, everything. It's such a good opportunity.
So it's a just do it. It's the Nike.
Just do it. Don't even think twice about it. Just do it.
Oh, that's nice. And then I want to ask you something. So we've talked about this a lot of training or stuff. Like I remember when I left, the person that left and the person that came back was two different people. Like I grew so much, I evolved. How would you say you've evolved?
So I feel like I became more mature because someone is trusting me to take care of their kids. So I'm kind of an adult now.
Responsibility.
Yeah. And I'm more open-minded about things because you learn different cultures and stuff. So you learn not to judge as quickly.
You say now you're more open-minded. So I remember meeting girls and they're like, I never traveled when I lived in South Africa, but now I live overseas and I just get on a train or a bus or something and I leave. And it's so easy.
Yeah.
So they don't think about it twice. Being overseas, you have much more freedom to explore these things.
Well, yeah. If you think about the farthest town away is 3 hours by the train, which is not that far at all. So you can basically explore so many things at once, and you can like literally go to a different country just by train. It blows my mind that like Belgium's only an hour and a half train ride away from where I'm currently staying.
Oh my gosh, isn't it a different country? You literally get on a train and go to a different country.
Yeah, it's totally different. But I have to say there was one time I was pretty scared. I got on the ice train that goes to Germany because I was going to sleep over at a friend's house. And you have to focus because the last stop in the Netherlands is there. And then if you miss it, you're in Germany, which is not what I wanted to do.
Oh my gosh, imagine getting on a train and you're like, I have to get off at that stop because if I don't, I'm going to Germany. I'm going to a different country. So I have to ask you, what is one thing, even if there's more than one thing, you've learned while being there?
Yeah, I learned to be a better cook here to eat stuff because I wasn't a great cook. And then my host dad showed me how to cook better. But also just not to be scared to try new things. Just try everything.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything. I say I'll try everything at least once, and then if I don't like it, you don't like it, but at least try.
Just try it. You're only there once. You'll maybe visit again, but try it while you're there. And then I have to ask you. So you've seen a few things while being there. You've traveled. You've been to different countries. You've been to the USA. You've traveled other European countries while they've been there. Maybe just tell us what have you seen, if there's other countries and stuff you've been, and then what has been your favorite, something that stood out so much?
Okay, so I've been to the US, obviously, and then I went to Mexico with the host family for vacation. Oh, wow. And now I'm in the Netherlands. Yeah, but the coolest thing in Mexico was we swam with dolphins, which was amazing. That's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. Oh my goodness, I would love to do that. Sounds so nice. And in Europe?
In Europe, we went to the Anne Frank house last week. It's such a different experience, but it was so amazing just to see that.
Goodness, that's on my bucket list. I love Anne Frank. She's one of my role models. I mean,
Well, yeah, it was on my bucket list too. So I called my friends, like, I'm not doing this alone. You have to do this with me.
Yeah,
And
and
she said,
while
okay.
you're there, you're so close. You have to see. I think there's people that don't even know what the Anne Frank house is. They should look it up. But there's also you're so close to everything there. I mean, Van Gogh, everything that's there. So it's
Yeah.
really it's very cultural and it's very liberal. So there's a lot of things to do there, and I think it's people should just go. There's
Yeah, just
just
explore
go.
everything.
Thank you so much for speaking to me and telling us a little bit about your journey. Is there anything you would like to add for somebody that's watching this video?
Like I said, just go for it. Don't be scared. It is scary. It's fine, but you can do it. There's always someone to help you or speak to you if you need someone to talk to. You can do it.
Okay, and I have one more question. You've been in the US, like we said, and then you went to Europe. How was that transition?
So it was a bit different because the kids in Europe have a lot more freedom than they
Okay.
do in America, which is a bit different. And it is sometimes a culture shock. Like, do I need to go with them? It's like, no, it's fine. They can go on their own here. It's
Uh,
safe.
it's not the most difficult to adapt to a life in a different country if you already lived in another one.
Yeah, no, you can do it. It's fine. It's not that bad.
Okay. Well, Karla, thank you so much for talking to me and giving us your time. I really do appreciate it. And I hope with your video, and I'm really sure with people watching this, they'll get a sense of what it is that side. We post about you and we post all of your photos that you send us. I can't wait to get them. I love it when you guys send me pictures and we can post about it. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.